Michigan State rolling past Ohio State on Senior Day in East Lansing, 91-76. Number 3, Villanova's blowing out Georgetown in the second half, 73-57. Seton Hall took care of DePaul, 80-66. Clemson beat Boston College, 66-50. Tonight in Las Vegas, UFC 196. Conor McGregor taking on Nate Diaz. This is NBC Sports Radio.
You're listening to KCAA, Loma Linda, California. The best station in the nation. Remember when AM radio was so good that you couldn't turn it off?
And now the mighty Wolfman doth roll up his sleeves and giveth to you the Beach Boy.
Round, round, get around, I get around, yeah, get around.
I now declare that all the fun we're having here is deemed retroactive. That is, it'll negate all the bad times you ever had before, and henceforth further make all the bad times that might be coming now better.
You're listening to the Wolfman Jack Show.
You're setting fire to your hearts. Oh, I know that it smarts. I know you're just burning with desire and hoping that your Wolfman gon' put out the fire. This is the Eagles, baby. New kid in town.
Listen to The Wolfman Friday and Saturday nights from midnight to 5 a.m. exclusively on KCAA. It's time for the KCAA Community Calendar, brought to you exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools. The clear mission of Learn for Life is to motivate and mentor students who have dropped out of school and provide them with the personalized education and technical training necessary to advance their lives.
From the KCAA Community Calendar, I'm Mark Westwood. Everyone's talking about the Third Thursdays in San Bernardino. Rediscover the city of San Bernardino Third Thursday Food Truck Fest. Switch up your lunchtime routine. Try the gourmet food trucks every third Thursday from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Court Street parking lot between E and D Streets in downtown San Bernardino. Enjoy delicious, tasty food from the food trucks such as the Slam and Sliders food truck, Farmer's Belly, the Bacon Mania truck, Piaggio on Wheels, or the Greasy Wiener. All kinds of mouth-watering delights, hot off the truck, and plenty to eat. Put an end to dull, boring fast food and truck on over to City Hall in San Bernardino for the Third Thursday Food Truck Fest in downtown San Bernardino. For more info, check out Rediscover San Bernardino's Facebook page at facebook.com/SB Third Thursdays. That's SBTHIRD Thursdays. That's a look at the KCAA Community Calendar. I'm Mark Westwood.
KCAA Community Calendar is presented exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools where students can complete their education on a part-time basis. To find a resource center nearest you, call 1-877-360-LEARN or visit Learn for Life online at learn4life.org.
KCAA 1050 AM and 106.5 FM is San Bernardino Strong.
You just entered the Gotcha Zone. Eilon up to the start line and get ready to race with your host, Joe Britt. It's time for Gotcha Racing, live on KCAA 1050.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines and get ready for an action-packed, fun-filled hour of everything a motorhead ever loved or lived. Gotcha Racing with Joe Britt. Welcome to Gotcha Racing. This is Joe Britt.
Hey there, race fans of the world, of this blue dot, of Southern California, of the IE. Welcome to our next edition of Gotcha Racing Live with your host here, Joe Britt. That's me. As I always say in my open, let me digress a little bit. Hey, I come to you a humble man that is a reflection of God's grace and greatness, a humble man that is standing on shoulders of ancestors. Hello, America. Look alive, California. Wake up, San Bernardino. Stand up and be counted, Inland Empire. This is your host, Joe Britt again, coming to you loud, clear, and strong from the desert to the sea, broadcasting on the powerful KCAA Radio, 1050 AM and 106.5 FM, and soon to be 102.3 FM. Now we're the big dogs carrying the big stick now. You'd have to be under a rock somewhere or in a cave if you don't hear this station coming into you loud, clear, and strong. Well, weather-wise today, it's cloudy. Looks like it's going to rain. I guess they're saying it's a good 50% chance of rain, so we shall see. And this is on a Saturday, and then they were claiming it's going to rain on Monday, Sunday, and Monday. But we shall see, said the blind man. Kind of cool outside, so dress, if you're in Southern California, dress accordingly, Don't get out there and catch a cold or pneumonia. We don't need that. Okay, so let's do some little house cleaning here. On the station here, the station that leaves no one behind, that's Kcaa Talk Radio. Okay, if you want to call and listen, just listen to the show and just in case you're under a rock or in a cave somewhere. That number is 832-999-1050. 832-999-1050. For those of you that want to call into the studio and talk to me or talk to one of our primed, ready to go guests. For you long distance guys, that number is 888-909-1050, 888-909-1050. For the local callers, you want to do the same, call in and talk to me or talk to one of our prominent guests here that's sitting in the seat or calling on the line. That number is 909-888-5222 or 5224. You want to see what kind of stuff we've done in the past on our podcast? You can go to our famous website, kcaaradio.com. And then go to our Saturday's lineup, and which will be on the left side of the page, and follow it through. Go to Kcaa Racing Live. You'll see me with my glasses, looking all debonair and whatnot. And go to the podcast and pick and choose. Get you what you like and listen. Do what you want with them. Okay. We can also be found on Brit Archives, BRITT archive.com, and do the same. We can be found on Facebook under Kcaa Racing and Kcaa Racing Live. We have a website, KcaaRacing.com and Kcaa Racing TV. Let's see, if you want to email me and just talk, you can do that by this. Britt, B-R-I-T-T, period, Kcaa @gmail.com or grtv.media @gmail.com. That's for all you Kcaa Racing TV fans. We have a great day today, I guess. I'm back in the saddle. Last week I was in San Jose, and I did my show. I Skyped my show in with my trusted amigo, JP, at the engineering board. Don't want to give him too much credit, make his head bigger than it already is. But nevertheless, we had a great time Skyping in. We didn't get one of the calls that were supposed to come in, but nevertheless, we'll see if he'll call. We have a new correspondent, you guys. We have a tire guy. I've been waiting on somebody with expertise. So we have an individual, 18 years of experience, and they're going to give you all the ins and out in the tire game. What to do, how to do, why the wheel is shaking, why it's not the size wheel for the type car. You have to change the bearings when you go up to 28s. What do you do when you want to put a low profile tire on? I mean, the whole game. I spent last Sunday up in Northern California, and we just had a great time going to San Francisco, going through there, going to Oakland, going to Richmond, going to Emeryville. We just had a good time. We had a good time after the state convention that I was going to. That was over. But nevertheless, we are here. We're back in this seat, the driver's seat, and we will continue to give you the information I believe you're asking for. Some of the interviews that we have today, we were at the MPMC Media Trade Conference that SEMA was giving, and I've been so busy, haven't had hardly any time to put any of those interviews on, so we'll start today again. And what is MPMC? That's where the manufacturers and media guys like me have a one-on-one. You have a lot of magazine guys there, a lot of coverage, a lot of blog guys there, but I guess I was the only radio guy there taking interviews, and that's totally cool. I really enjoy that. But when we're at the SEMA show, and the SEMA show is one of the largest conventions every year for automotive, you'll find everybody and their grandmother there making the deal. Okay, you see all the drivers, the professional race drivers. You see their teams. You see every manufacturer that's in the game of cars, from the bolts to the expensive tires to the motors to the superchargers. Everybody's there. There's not anyone that's left out on this blue dot. Everyone wants to be at the SEMA show because there, I tell you, it must be like, maybe 200,000, 300,000 people that come through. And this is trade only, folks. This is not the average Joe coming through. You have to have credentials to get in there. You have to have a bona fide shop. You have to show them that you're making X amount of dollars and the whole shop. But anyway, we've been going there for 17 years. And we've had a blast. But I'm glad I get a chance to get with the manufacturers of all the companies that we've heard about. And I'll go back to tell you, at the SEMA show, there's about 13 miles of walking, flat walking. And I tell you, it's so crowded there because all the shop owners are there, and everybody's trying to make a deal, trying to get that product in their store or in that region of the country, or to become distributors for that particular company. And you really don't have time, such as me and myself, have time to talk with the primaries. That's the owner of the company, the CEOs, or the marketing reps that are there, because everybody's trying to make a deal, So it gets pretty hectic, and I'm glad SEMA opened this channel up so that we can go on a one-on-one and talk about what they have product-wise to give to the American consumer, and then we pretty much find out if they are American-based or they're outsourcing in the whole shot. We want to know if you're feeding our guys here. So you know me, when it comes down to manufacturers and it comes down to feeding Americans, I give props to the companies that are on the American soil here, and they're fighting the system that we have here in place, and they're scratching out a living for themselves and their workers, which will be the American boys and girls here on this on the U.S. soil. And I always give you props on that because it's hard. It's hard. If you can make a business here in the States and be successful, you can put that rascal anywhere on this blue dot, because we have a lot of hoops to climb through, and then at the end of the day, you look at your pocket as a CEO and you say, wow, is it really worth it? Because I like to have a lifestyle, and it's all about pocket change at the end of the day. And that's all it's about, putting out a heck of a product and capitalizing and feeding your community, feeding your guys, and feeding the subsidiaries that are helping you be strong in the industry. And then at the end of the day, looking at your profit and loss statement and seeing what you personally can live on as a CEO or the president and owner of that particular business. And these guys are stepping up. So, and for some reason, this time around, all the guys, well, I should say 11 out of 12 people that I talked to were based here in the States. And you're hearing the conversations that are coming up that I always give props to the American manufacturers who are feeding our boys and girls here. I say boys and girls here, our men and women here that are doing the work and putting out a heck of a product. But nevertheless, this is Joe Britton. We're back in the driver's seat. Hey, I've done enough talking for half a second. Let's pay some of these bills here. JP, let's put something on and come back for the next segment. We have a new tire correspondent coming on pretty soon, and let's talk to him. So, hey, it's Joe Britt, Gotcha Racing Live, Kcaa, 1050 AM. We're right back.
U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is loaded with 15 acres of used, salvaged, and rebuilt parts for your car or truck. Sure, you could go to any wrecking yard, but U&I has what it takes. Expertise, high-quality products, and the finest customer service you'll receive anywhere. U&I makes custom drive shafts, furnishes full warranties on all their parts, and keeps up on industry changes. Call 909-888-6841. You'll be impressed by the fast and friendly response from the U&I skilled staff. You can also go to the Contact Us page and request a part. U&I hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 till 5, and Saturday, 8 till 3. U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is located at 1435 West Rialto Avenue in San Bernardino. Check out the U&I webpage at the letter U, the letter I, autoparts.com, or call 909-888-6841. 909-888-6841. Oh, no!
Don't worry about a thing, pretty lady. You're in good hands with J&K Auto Body Paint and Repair. J&K Auto Body has been serving the Rialto area for years and are considered to be one of the oldest and the best auto body shops in town. The right people with the right tools and the right experience that can give you the service and the quality that you expect. 24 hours, 7-day-a-week towing is available. That's J&K Auto Body, 241 South Palm Avenue, Rialto, California, across the street from the Metrolink station. Call us at 909-875-0400, 909-875-0400. That's 909-875-0400.
Gotcha Racing Live, heard only on Kcaa 8, is your command center for racing news, the hottest interviews, and DIY projects. We are your destination for interviews with racers and fans, on-track interviews, in-shop interviews with engine builders, car restorers. Hear from our correspondents on live track, car shows. Gotcha Racing Live. Start your engine and race on over to Kcaa 1050 AM and 106.5 FM every Saturday at our new time, 11 AM. Gotcha Racing Live, where we put you in the driver's seat.
Sie hören jetzt Kcaa Racing Live mit ihrem Gastgeber Joe Britt.
شما در حال گوش دادن به برنامه Kcaa Racing هستی با صدای جو بریت.
You're listening to Kcaa Racing Live on Kcaa 1050 AM with Joe Britt. Now get to the chopper. Hasta la vista, baby.
And that's the man with the million voices. That's Larry the Entertainer. Good guy. You'll be hearing more from him later on. We're going to do some more skits with him for some openings a little bit later. Not today, but a little bit later. So, let me give you this, one of the interviews I took at the MPMC, and you'll find it very interesting. All you racer guys out there knows exactly what these call letters are. Joe, go ahead and run that for me, please. Okay, folks, we are still at the MPMC event that SEMA gives, and after lunch, after lunch, most guys take a fiesta, right? But nevertheless, we are still working, and we are still bringing it to you because we can, and we want to. So I am in with another manufacturer that the name brand you've heard before. Yes, you have. A lot of you guys know some of the racers that have used this particular product, and these guys have won racing events. Okay, whether it's drifting or it's drag, this is one name that once I mention the letters, you'll say, you know something? I do know that, and I know somebody who has been using their product. So without further ado, folks, I am inside a room talking with the primary with ACT. To some of you folks, that's Advanced Clutch Technology. You know that name now, right? You've seen that package before. You've seen those letters. I know you have, because all you guys out there, you musclehead guys that are in your garages right now or on the track that are listening to me, you know somebody who's used this product before. And you know, I could say it's a kick, blah, blah, blah product, but I can't say that over the air. Okay, so without further ado, I'm talking with Rich. Rich, now your job with the company is what?
I'm the Vice President of Sales and Marketing.
Oh, so you're one of the big muckety mucks then, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, how far does this company go back?
The company started in 1994, so we're 22 years old this year.
When it started, was the emphasis on racing, or just putting out a heck of a product, or both?
It was really designed around both. It was actually an interesting story. The owner, Dirk Starkson, actually worked for Kennedy Engineered Products, which was KEP Engineering up in Palmdale. And he went to Mr. Kennedy one day and he said, "Hey, can we offer some stuff for, some Civics and some Mitsubishis and some other cars, Subaru?" And Mr. Kennedy said, "I don't want to. We do Volkswagen and Porsche here, but you know what? You can. You can work 4 hours after your shift every day, and you can work weekends, and you can do your own thing." And a year later, in 1994, the company was born, and Dirk was renting his own buildings and had started the company, and it's grown into something he couldn't even dream of or imagine. And so he's so grateful to Mr. Kennedy for doing that for him and giving him his start, and they've remained good friends over the years. But that's very interesting, isn't it?
You mean Kennedy Engineering?
That's
out of Lancaster?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yep.
Yeah, they make adapters, and they make no kidding.
Yep.
That's how this got started.
Yep.
For one of the employees.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I didn't know that story, dude.
Yeah.
And I know Kennedy Engineering, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No kidding. I learn something every day. No kidding. And he hasn't stopped.
Nope.
One of your guys that was using your product, Turner Faust, back in the day. I think he had it in a Nissan. I think it was 350, and he was drifting with it, right?
That's right.
So who do you have in your lineup now?
Well, we're right now we currently have in Formula D we've got several, but Chris Forsberg uses our product.
I know him.
Frederick Osbo, the Norwegian Hammer, he uses our product in Europe. James Dean in Europe is also drifting with our product. We've got a variety. We're also into the NMRA series, so we've got Matt Amrine, the two-time champion, with the NMRA series. We've also got Larry Geddes with NMRA is using our product, and in addition to that, we've also got just several others in the stable that we're just so proud of.
But dude, you got history. Your company has history, but not only does it have history, it has performance history. Not everybody can say that, right? Really. I mean, I deal with a lot of people, a lot of different companies that do not have the pedigree that this company has had. And man, now tell me something. The products, here or over there?
Here. We make them here. We've got a factory here in Lancaster, California, about 40 employees. People will sometimes see our videos online and see the factory, and they're kind of amazed, like, wow, you guys are really making that stuff here, and we absolutely are. There's a lot of processes that it has to go through for it to become a final product for us. But you're right when you talk about rich history and performance, because we really learn from the racers how to make a better product. We really value their input, and so they'll tell us about the engagement. They'll tell us what they're looking for, and we will design clutches around that, and that's the basis. And then for the street stuff that we make to perform so well, Dirk is hands-on, and he always has been, and he will go out and test drive cars, and he'll take OE cars. And for example, he didn't like when the new Challengers came out, where it finally engaged, he felt that the pedal was way too high. So when we made our twin clutch for it, we made sure that at about 25% you were in, we're fully engaged. So it's those kinds of things that we try to do to bring the performance, out of the product and into the hands of the end user, so that they feel, the most important thing to Dirk is that they feel that connectivity to the road, because that's why we drive stick, right?
So you're walking a walk and you're talking a talk, right?
Yeah.
And you are feeding Americans here, and you're designing here.
Yep.
And you're not sending it over there to come back this way. Let me tell you something, dude. I give you props.
Thank
you. You tell the primary, Dirk, I give him props, man, because it's not easy in California to have a business, it's just not easy, man. So, but you guys are doing it, and I'm proud of you. I didn't know. I thought maybe you were packaging it up, sending it to Shanghai and China, getting it down for pennies on the dollar, and then bringing it back this way, and then feeding the American market. But you're not. You're homegrown, and you're here. Dude, I give you props. I'll give you props, and I'll do whatever I can to push this forward. I know the history already, but I didn't know that much of the history. Good. So, tell me about the products we have here. What you got?
So what we're showing today is we're showing several different, really the idea is to show the capabilities of the company. What can we do? So what sets us apart maybe from the competition out there? One of the first things is we actually make a diaphragm spring from scratch. So we have that capability. Whereas your competitors will buy an OE part and they'll change the geometry of the diaphragm spring, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's not knocking anybody. It's just saying there's trade-offs and benefits to that. So what does that look like? Well, the trade-off to that's going to be if someone just simply changes the geometry, they're going to get the clamp load increase that they're looking for, right? Because that's what the guys want. But at the same time, you're going to have more travel because you've changed that geometry, dramatically. So we go for the best of both worlds. Our engineers tackle it from the vantage point of how do we have the least amount of travel, the greatest amount of basic, clamp load increase over stock, and what other things can we do to strengthen that diaphragm spring over anybody else? So you'll see us do things like put ribs in the diaphragm, and that'll make that part of the diaphragm, which would normally be the weakest link, right, 4 times stronger. And why do we do that? Then we don't have to use a thicker spring. That gives them smoother pedal engagement, right? Because you want to have that really great engagement. You don't want to feel like you're clamping down on, and getting an Arnold Schwarzenegger, workout leg, right? You want to be able to have smooth engagement, enjoy the ride, and, go through all the gears and really enjoy the drive. So that's why we engineer it that way. We also are showing the monolock system. The monolock system is in a lot of the Evos had this, they call it a little squirrel cage. And the squirrel cage is something that will kind of come apart where the release bearing is. So the monolock is something that Dirk designed himself, patented, and it removes that little clip that goes around, and it's just a one piece, so the release bearing can never get jammed on you. And anybody knows that's had those knows that's what happens sometimes. So that eliminates that problem completely. We include them in those kits, and we sell them separately. So we're trying to solve problems too at the same time and make it a better experience for the driver.
I'm impressed. And we're short on time. What makes you the best?
I think the people, they really care about the product at ACT. The engineers listen. They want to make the best product possible, and our workers work stronger and harder than anybody I know. They love the company and they're loyal. They don't skip steps. They make sure that the quality's there so that our people can enjoy it. We're the only clutch manufacturer that has a 1-year warranty on their product. No one else can say that. And that's because we know how good our product is. It's not to brag or anything. It's just to say we're here for you, and we want to be there for you.
If you got it, you got it, brother. If you don't, you don't. If you can walk the walk and talk the talk, you can go ahead and talk about your product with enthusiasm. Don't slack off on saying that, man, because we want to hear that. We want to hear that there's a tough American-made company who are feeding our guys in America that can talk the talk and walk the walk and not afraid. Now, a 1-year warranty? That's unheard of. How's that? You mean if I get in my car, put this in my car, and thrash the holy crap out of it, and something goes on within that 12-month period, I can come back to you?
Yeah.
No
absolutely.
kidding.
Absolutely. We stand behind our product. Our warranty rate is so low, we can stand behind our product. We know that, And hey, everybody can have a bad day or have a bad product get out there. Nobody's perfect. You know what they say, if you find the perfect place to work, you better quit because you're going to ruin it.
I like that. Give us a website or something where my listeners can go and check on and see what you guys are all about.
Absolutely. Just come look us up at advancedclutch.com. Advancedclutch.com.
That simple.
Very easy.
We're out of here. Okay, this is Joe Britt, and we will continue to be here at the NPMC. We have a couple more hours yet left on the clock. All right, this is Joe Britt, loud and strong from 106.5 and 1050 AM, and we will see you in the studio. We are out. Okay, folks, we are moving right along. Boy, I am really happy to be in the driver's seat today and back in Southern California. But nevertheless, we're doing what we do best. We're going to bring it to you hot and strong and hot just like the baker does on a Sunday morning. Okay, you know something? Let's go to a quick break, JP, and then we'll come back. I believe I have our tire correspondent on the line. Okay? Yeah. We'll be right back, folks.
U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is loaded with 15 acres of used, salvaged, and rebuilt parts for your car or truck. Sure, you could go to any wrecking yard, but U&I has what it takes. Expertise, high-quality products, and the finest customer service you'll receive anywhere. U&I makes custom drive shafts, furnishes full warranties on all their parts, and keeps up on industry changes. Call 909-888-6841. You'll be impressed by the fast and friendly response from the U&I skilled staff. You can also go to the Contact Us page and request a part. U&I hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 till 5, and Saturday, 8 till 3. U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is located at 1435 West Rialto Avenue in San Bernardino. Check out the U&I webpage at the letter U, the letter I, autoparts.com, or call 909-888-6841. 909-888-6841.
Oh, no.
Don't worry about a thing, pretty lady. You're in good hands with J&K Auto Body Paint and Repair. J&K Auto Body has been serving the Rialto area for years and are considered to be one of the oldest and the best auto body shops in town. The right people with the right tools and the right experience that can give you the service and the quality that you expect. 24 hours, 7 day a week towing is available. That's J&K Auto Body, 241 South Palm Avenue, Rialto, California, across the street from the Metrolink station. Call us at 909-875-0400, 909-875-0400. That's 909-875-0400.
Gotcha Racing Live, heard only on Kcaa 8, is your command center for racing news, the hottest interviews, and DIY projects. We are your destination for interviews with racers and fans, on-track interviews, in-shop interviews with engine builders, car restorers. Hear from our correspondents on live track car shows. Gotcha Racing Live. Start your engine and race on over to Kcaa 1050 AM and 106.5 FM every Saturday at our new time, 11 AM. Gotcha Racing Live, where we put you in the driver's seat.
Sie hören jetzt Kcaa Racing live mit ihrem Gastgeber Joe Britt.
شما در حال گوش دادن به برنامه گاچن ریسینگ هستی با صدای جو برید.
You're listening to Kcaa Racing Live on Kcaa 1050 AM with Joe Britt. Now get to the chopper. Hasta la vista, baby.
Baby! Welcome back, race fans. Welcome to another edition of Kcaa Racing Live with your host, me, Joe Britt, back in the driver's seat. And we are back from Northern California. We're just so pleased, I should say, tickled pink to be in the seat of command here back in the studios. You know, I'm out and about, and I'm doing what I'm doing and trying to bring it to you fresh and hot. Okay. Now, as I was saying earlier in my broadcast here from the stations of Kcaa, we have a new correspondent that had recently joined our family, and I am so happy. Let me give you a little build-up about who this guy is. Okay, is he on? Okay. 18 years of experience in the tire game, really knows the ins and out of the tire industry, and we had a long discussion in Northern California, and it took us a tour through. He took a tour through 3 cities in San Francisco, Vallejo, where did I go? Emeryville, Oakland. And guy knows his stuff, man. I am really happy and pleased to have him as being one of our correspondents, for tire, because I've been looking for someone who knew their game. I know a lot of wannabes, but let me tell you something. This guy is not a wannabe. He's the real deal. And let's hope he's on the line. Andre, you on the line?
Yes, I'm on the line. First off, give God the glory, who's the head of my life. Today we'll be talking about match mounting. That's very important. As far as match mounting is balancing the tire with respect. You have a blue dot, a red dot, and a yellow dot on your brand new tires. Okay? When you purchase tires, brand new tires, they have the dots And the red dot is the most dominant dot because it's the highest part of the tire with the most weight. So what you want to do is match that up with the low point of your rim, which is the valve stem. And if you do this, let's say on installation, you'll cut down on weight. You'll won't go through so many supplies and everything, and you'll have a happy customer. So what you want to do is start out and mount the tire on the red dot. Disregard the yellow dot if it's on there, because the red dot dominates the yellow dot. And if there's any other dots on the tire, it's a manufacturer code, which each manufacturer put a different color on there. They might have a blue, pink, whatever, but disregard that. So you want to do that. You want to start out. You want to match the red dot with the valve stem. Balance your tires. If it be off, if it calls for a lot of weight, you can rotate the tire 180 degrees, which is the dot would point towards the other side of the tire on the opposite side of the valve stem, and balance it again, and it'll cut down your weight. So you want to do that first off. And if you do that most of the time, you will save weight. You won't have a repeat customer coming in all the time saying, "Hey, my tire is shaking," and stuff like that. So you start out with it on the right dot, and you will have less problems. So that's one of the procedures.
Okay, hold on, Andre, hold on. Now, I didn't know. I thought all tires were balanced, man. They come out of that big mold machine. I thought they were completely balanced and round. That's not the case, huh?
No, all tires are not perfectly round. That's why they have the dots on them. That's why they have a red and yellow dot, because those are the high parts of the tire when they take it out of the mold. It's not perfectly round. No tire and no rim is perfectly weighed perfect all the way around. With a valve stem is, that's your light part of the rim.
Okay.
Because there's less metal there. So you want to use the less metal on your valve stem, on your rim, match it up with the high part of the tire, and most of the time your weight, sometimes you can balance and you won't need any weight. It's amazing how that works, and you'll cut down on supplies and everything, instead of putting a lot of ounces on there of heavy weight and stuff, you'll cut down on that. So
well, tell me something. It'll
save you some money.
Here's a question, Andre. Now, speed balancing versus regular balancing, is there really a difference?
Say that again?
Speed balancing, when you speed balance a tire, versus regular balancing?
Speed balance is on a speed machine. It goes faster. It's and you could get a road course machine which puts forth like a road, and it'll indicate where the high part is on the tire, so you can rotate the tire around. So speed balance opposed to regular balance is totally different. Regular balance, it's a slow machine.
Okay.
It don't have the revolutions like a high-speed balancer has.
Oh, so let's say if you are a mom and pop and you're driving your regular wagon or your SUV, a soccer mom, more than likely she would just deal with the regular balancing from any of the stores. But am I going in the right direction? Now, if we are
yes,
on the
you are.
Okay,
but see, most companies now have high speed, so you could just high speed everything. Nobody really has the old-fashioned balancer. Most of them are high-tech now. They're high-speed balancers. So, it's only a few places that have the old type of balancer. So, right now, today, with new technology, most machines are high-speed balancers. Because most cars don't have 15s anymore. You don't have a car come stock 15 no more. 16, 17, 18 is stock now. Whereas 14, 13, 14, and 15 used to be stock. So they basically eliminating that,
Yeah. You know something? I was in a tire shop. I have a friend of mine in Southern California. And a guy rode up in a Yukon. and he had 28s on it, the largest. I mean, it looked like a circus car. I was waiting on the clowns to come out of the back door, but he had 28s on it, and he was complaining he had a hairline crack in the back rear on the driver's side, and it was obvious. But the tires he had on, man, they must have been, they couldn't have been no more than 2 inches thick. Yeah. So
well, when you put 28s on it, when you throw your speedometer off, it's just saying it says you're doing 50, you're doing 65, because your radius is off. You're supposed to stay within 5% of that radius. So you're supposed to take off, just saying, take your stock tire and the aftermarket tire. It should not be no more than 5% taller. Because it'll throw you mostly all the cars now. Well, all the cars are computerized now, so it'll throw the computer off if you out of radius. If you under or if you over, it'll start surging. It'll do different type of things, so people have to be aware of that, when they're on the freeway, if you got 28 on there and you say you're doing 55, you're doing 65, 70.
The larger tires, Andre, that you put on, the big, like the 28s or 22s, 26s, because 22 is almost a normal now. Heck, you have manufacturers putting out 22s on the Dodgers. But on the 26 and 28s, is it preferred to get your, let's see here, your bushings redone and all that geometry at the hub to match up to that larger size rim? No, you don't need that. What you on a larger size like that, basically you got to upgrade the brakes because it's harder to stop with all that weight of the rim. Oh, so you have to start stopping earlier on a 28 opposed to a 22 because it's more weight. I didn't.
So you need a higher brake. You need a better brake system. So you got to upgrade your brakes.
Wow. And you know what? So going up in size, there's a lot of consideration that you have to take. There's a lot of things you have to take under consideration. And I didn't think about the brakes because a lot of these calipers only have maybe one or two calipers in it. Two discs in it. And you got that 26 on a Yukon. I guess if you had a 6-disc system in your caliper, is a whole lot better than 1 or 2 for that size rim.
Right. So I know I experienced that. When they first came out, one of my customers come in and we put him on there, and he went to stop, and he said, "Man, I'm having a hard time stopping." So I go get in the vehicle, I drive it around, and I say, "Oh boy." He said, "Well, we got to upgrade it, so we have to upgrade the brakes." So I tell my customers, when they come in, "Hey man, when you upgrade, you have to upgrade the brakes." And people don't tell them that part of it. They just slap wheels on and let them go. But you got to start stopping earlier. If you see the freeway slowing down or stopping, you got to stop farther back. You can't stop like you do with 22s on it because it's harder to stop.
Well, tell me
this.
And
the brakes burn out faster, too.
Okay, tell me this. So a good tire person, a really good tire person that is interested in the customer comeback and the customer satisfaction, from the gate, when the customer says, "I want to go up in tire size, and I like these because I want to look like hip-hop mogul or something like that," that person that owns a shop, if he or she was good, they would probably tell you about all the little things that you got to do in order to get that size tire, like your brakes and like your brakes and whatnot, right?
You're perfectly right, and you have to inform them. You upgrade because some people don't know. You got to have an alarm on that car. You got to watch it more. Because people are looking at it. So you have to explain that kind of stuff to the customer, and they'll really respect you for it. You're just not after the money. You have to satisfying the customer. And, he's going to tell his friend. If you tell him everything up front, you have no problem. But if you start hiding stuff and, not tell them just want to sell, then you lose customers like that.
Well,
so I always inform the customer, hey, man, this going to need an alarm. You put these 28-inch turkeys on here, the guy's going to be looking at you. So you have to take that in consideration. Do you park it in the garage? Do you drive it to work? So you have to start telling them this type of stuff because they don't know. He's just going after the fad. He's not really a car guy that knows, what happens when you put that on. But if you explain that to him, then he always come back to you for referrals because you telling him the truth. You're going to tell. I used to tell my customers if a wheel didn't match their car, I tell them right off, hey man, that's a gaudy wheel for what you're trying to do. But you're a pastor, you don't want to put that type of wheel on your car because you want to throw off the wrong image. And then they would leave it up to me to put the wheel on it. So you have to inform, and they really respect you for telling them that. Other than just tell it to them, then he go over to his congregation or something, and then they look at him like a drug dealer or something like that. So you have to tell them that's out of respect. So
that's crazy.
Respect you, more. So,
that's a lot, man. So you're basically helping the consumer build and keep an image that would be suitable for his life here, for his or her lifestyle.
Right. Well, that's our job. If you're in the cars, me and you was explaining. I was explaining to you. I've been in cars all my life. So that's why I'm not out for my store. I wasn't out for the money. I love to satisfy the customer. So if they had a problem, I had a problem. I go home and I figure it out. But every problem have a solution. You just got to be patient and bear with me, and I can figure it out. So, you have to just tell the customer, and the customer put trust in you after you tell him the truth. The truth, man, it goes a long way because the customer come back, even if it's not related to your industry. He'll come and ask you, hey, Andre, where can I get this done? Because I know you know the people that can get it done for me because I only refer people that I trust in. I don't refer people over to, a shady hook and crook, as we were saying. I don't do that. So I tell people up front, and that's why you have a lot of loyal customers and a lot of good friends. So they know you're going to do it right the first time.
Okay, so give us now. You are our newest correspondent to the family of Gotcha Racing Live here. Give us some history about what you've done in the past with your company up there in Northern California.
Well, I started out in 92. I started out my company. I was going to open up a car lot, and it didn't go through. So me and my brother we had got some information. We came to Southern California a lot and was around cars and loved cars. And Dave Homochrome and all those type of guys gave us information. Brian, Otto, and stuff. And we were just in the car mix, and that fell through. So Miguel at Avalon Tires had told us about SEMA. We had never heard about it, and we went there, and it basically changed our life. Because we came back and instead of opening up a car lot, we opened up the Ram store because in our area it was only Big O. And the type of style they had, I didn't like. So I said, me and my brother said, well, we'll open up our style. So we started experiencing that. We got with Lexani when there was nothing. Me and my brother were laughing the other night. We used to have to flip a coin to open up the box because their chrome fell off. Now look at it. We know Deco from Giovanni Wheels. We bought the first set of, as you saw my Chevy. I bought them wheels in 99 when he first started. So we have history in it, and we have passion in it. I really love cars, and I love people. So, I tell them the truth, and go from there. If they say, hey, your price is a little expensive, and then I tell them, hey, what is the competition giving you opposed to what I'm giving you? He's giving you a no-name car that's not matching up with yours. Your speedometer is going to be off. He's just giving you that package deal.
Hey, Joe.
For each car, you have to have the specs for it. But he was giving just say a general tire, a 245 35-20 he put on anything. But that didn't work on certain cars. You had for your speedometer and everything to be right. So we had to do research, and I started from nothing. God blessed us enough that I knew cars, and I started reading at night and just learned. And from getting the experience from different people, and, you know, we put it all together, and here I am today. So I just really love cars, so I'm into it.
Well, you know, I really appreciate your honesty, dude, and that's what I found about you, and that's what I appreciate about you first time we started talking. And I'm really glad that you considered to be one of our correspondents, especially in the tire game. There's a lot of good information out there that I know the consumers that are listening, that are driving, would love to get from you. And that dot, the red dot to the valve, I didn't know that, man. All these years, I did not know that because I'm not in the tire game.
Any installator or anybody have a shop or anything, just match mount it off the top, and you'll save a lot of money, a lot of headache, because your customer be satisfied, and, you know, overall it'd be good. It's going to take you a little time when you first do it, but you rather do it right the first time than to have them keep coming back to slap them on there and go, you know, and that's a problem. So then they get irritated, and then now, you know, things start happening. So if you do it right the first time, you ain't got to keep doing it, you know.
I can understand that.
And that'll save you a lot of headache and a lot of confusion and a lot of satisfied customers, you know, instead of, if they get dissatisfied with you, you done lost that customer, and no telling who he knows that you might have lost, you know, 5,000 people off that one person.
Yeah, it's
So
all about.
Always try to do it right the first time. Don't try to do it. Do it right the first time, and you won't have that problem.
My motto is don't go for the money. Take care of the customer and get the service out of the way first, and the money will come later.
Yeah. The money is nothing. It's paper, but satisfying customers and people, man, I really love that because I love people.
That's
you know,
great.
I like for them to talk cars. Like I say, when you talk cars, I mean, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
It brought me and you together.
That's true. That's true.
You know, so cars, you know, so I'm just happy to, you know, just that God gave me the knowledge to know about tires and to have a passion for it. Like I say, manufacturers used to call me, they still call me for offsets and different stuff, which is, I give God the glory because it's not me. You know, I just love to do it.
Well, I tell you, man, we're glad that you're part of the family, and we'll be calling on you, and hopefully you can call in and give us some great information to the consumers out there about the tire industry and what the do's and don'ts are in the world of tires. Andre, thank you very much, man, and we'll be talking to you soon.
And have a blessed day.
I'll do
talk
that.
To you later.
Take care, man.
All right.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
folks, that was Andre. He's going to be our new tire consultant. Yeah, and a correspondent that's out there in Northern California and doing some great things for us. Well, you know what? We're almost time up, but I want to put this one small interview in if I can possibly put in. And this is the Bel Air, right, JP? Yeah, let's go and run that. You know what, folks? Every now and then, when I'm walking around different car shows, even the local car shows, I'm always looking for that diamond in the rough. That one that always gets a sparkle out of my eye, you know? And well, you guys know my history, you know, and I've been at SEMA for 17 years, and I've been to some major car shows. But I tell you, I'm looking at a fabulous four-door Bel Air, a 1956. I tell you, it's to die for. And all the numbers are matching. This gentleman opened the hood, and I'll be god darn if it's not the original. What is that? What motor is that?
It's a 265 two-barrel.
Absolutely gorgeous, man. Absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, I asked him, so how long did it take you to, well, you know what? Let's just get into the conversation. Sir, what's your name?
Kevin.
Kevin. You've had this rascal for how long?
I've had this one for nearly a year and a half. This is actually my second Bel Air. I did a frame off nut and bolt restoration on the other one. It was a little bit more restomodded. I sold that back in August of 14.
March 5th.
And immediately bought this one fairly clean car.
California.
And, you know, redid the period correct interior and the period correct paint. And kept the entire car Other than creature comforts, totally stock and numbers matching.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful car. And it took you, what, how many months? 8 months or 9 months?
This took me roughly 9 months. Semi-retired, so I had a lot of time to work on it. I love tooling on cars, and it's kind of my passion.
You know what? Your passion and your love for cars shows for this great example of American ingenuity, okay? And I tell you, man, the color is right on. What color is that? What color is that there?
That is General Motors Dust Plum over Indio Ivory.
And folks, it's a 4-door. How many times do you see a 4-door that's clean? You know? Either the guys have butchered it and put in airbags or hydraulics on it or something like this, but I tell you, this is a true representation of what they did back in the 50s. And he has, I tell you, man, he's put his love and all his passion into this car, and it shows 102%. Excellent car, sir. Excellent car. I really, as a young guy, say, I gotta give you props, man.
Appreciate that. Yeah, well, it is my passion, and this is actually, I'm working on another one, which is a 57 retractable Ford Skyliner. And when I get that one done, hopefully I run into you again, and we'll show off that one to you.
Well, it's not run into me because I'm all over the place. But what you can do is let me come over and see it.
Sure.
Interview you with it, and I can probably get my sister company, Kcaa Racing TV, and film it.
Very good.
With an interview.
No, we do look forward to that. We would.
I'm gonna give you all my numbers here, and good luck to you. And I hope to hear from you like within the next year or so.
Very good. Take care.
Thank you. Okay, folks, I had to put that in, and boy, what I could do for some tea right now, I tell you, my throat's getting very, very dry. Hey, we're almost to the end of the journey. What I like to also tell you guys this, street racing, I do not like street racing, and I tell you, there's something happened March 5th. I'm trying to look it up on my my little smartphone, and I just had it, but anyway, there was an accident. A couple of spectators got hit because some yahoos were street racing and lost control, and these guys were on TV. They're on the Outlaw show that was on TV, street racing, and they've been held on $2 million bill. You know what? You pay, you play, man. I want to get guys off the streets and put them on a legit track and let them get all that testosterone out of their system, and but the streets are not for that at all. I'll say it again. The streets are not for street racing. So you guys that are out there doing it, and if it comes to you and if you get caught and your car gets smashed, listen, it's on you. I want you off the streets, and I want you in a area that is sanctioned, and that doesn't cost you too much. So we're trying to work on that. A lot of tracks are closing up in Cali because of the greed to put up condos and whatnot, so they're taking all the fun out of us. Anyhow, we're almost up to the top of the hour. This is Joe Britt. Let's see how many minutes we got. What do we got there, Joe? A minute, 2 minutes? Oh, we got hardly no time at all. 30 seconds or so. Folks, this is Joe Britt. Kcaa Racing Live. Coming to you every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. We're on 106.5 FM, 1050 AM, and soon to be on 102.3 FM. We are the big dogs carrying the big stick in the IE. So catch us next Saturday, 11 o'clock AM, and we'll come to you loud and strong. Bring it to you hot and fresh just like the baker does every Sunday morning. God bless. Take care. We're out.
You're listening to KCAA, Loma Linda, California. The best station in the nation.
Your NBC Sports Radio update starts now.
Let's talk some hoop and what happened last night, what's on tap today. Kate Delaney, NBC Sports Radio. So I was out at a comedy club, but I couldn't help myself. I was watching the Cavaliers and the Wizards. They tamed them easily, 108-83, picking up their 43rd win. LeBron James with 19.